Everybody out there, Mark Patterson, NCKFA, and I want to do a review, and it's also a reveal in a way to a lot of kayak anglers, but I can never understand why. Here's what's interesting. In the cold weather, which we're still experiencing now, we've had a warm week last week, but it is still February, so the water is very, very cold, even though the air temperature can be very pleasant. What I've never understood was why kayak anglers wear paddling pants or pants to get in the water because they don't want the water dripping on their legs or between their legs if they're paddling, or if they're pedaling, their feet get wet. I've never understood why you wear pants that don't have latex booties in them. Because if you get in the water and you're stepping in freezing water, it doesn't really make any difference if your legs are dry. I've seen a lot of guys out there in waders, which may or may not be that safe. I'm not going to make that call. I personally am not going to get out there in waders and kayak fish. Number one, it's just not that comfortable, for me at least. But aside from that, I want to talk about these pants, not about the waders. Got a little hooked, as my wife used to say, sidetracked. But anyway, so I want to talk about today the Immersion Research, which has been making whitewater paddling stuff for years. They're the #1 maker of protective paddling clothing for really cold water. And those whitewater guys, man, they get cold and they get wet, or they could get cold. They're going to get wet. But with these type of materials, these pants, the dry tops at Immersion Research, they keep them dry. So years and years ago, I went to Immersion Research and I said, hey, why don't you guys start making stuff for kayak anglers? We don't want to get cold either. We don't want to get cold, wet water on us. So they've started making, they have a couple of years, but this year they've really come out with some top-of-the-line kayak fishing wader pants. You can also use them if you wade fish. But these are the Devil's Club pants, and they are heavy-duty, waterproof pants. They have a neoprene top that goes around your waist, which grips you really tightly. And if you put on a jacket over it and it rains on you, or you get wet from around, it sheets off. But the best thing for me personally about them is the latex gasket, booties. These booties are awesome. They keep your feet completely dry. So you can put on a nice warm sock, put these pants on, now here's a tip. If you're going to buy these pants, which I really recommend you do, especially if you fish in cold weather, make sure you get a pair of shoes that are like a size or a size and a half up. Because by the time you put your sock on and this latex footie on, it's going to make your foot obviously bigger. So the shoes that you presently have may be a little too small. You can loosen the laces up, but I just went ahead and got a pair of shoes that were a size and a half or 2 sizes bigger, and it works perfect. So consider getting a pair of IR Devil's Club wader pants. You can get them at any paddle shop in North Carolina pretty much. Get Outdoors, Great Outdoor Provisions Company, Blue Way, Hook, Line, and Paddle. Any of those people can order them for you. And if you're out of state, like I know people just watch us from all over the world, you can go on irangler.com and order them. If you're uncomfortable, it's no fun. And spring is the best time, if you ask me, to fish for so many species, but the water's still cold. And if my feet or my hands get cold, I'm going home. I don't want to go home. I want to stay out and fish. So, Immersion Research, Devil's Club, wader pants with the latex gasket, latex booties. Can't go wrong. Check them out.